Hey everyone, it's Thursday and time for the Daily Trucker, your daily transportation news update. I'm Carlin Stafford.
And I'm Isela Rios. We have a lot of news to cover today, including Gulf deep freeze results, proposed bill to protect protest hitting drivers, and stranded drivers lose money.
So let's get rolling. During the Arctic blast that hammered much of the central U.S. last week, a group of Jeep drivers in West Texas made it their mission to help as many stuck vehicles as they could, including truck drivers. Samuel Gilmore was one of the truck drivers who received a helping hand from this group of Jeep driving Good Samaritans, and he says he is incredibly thankful for their help. But the Good Samaritans say they do it because they can, and it's the right thing to do, not for reward or the recognition.
Staying on the Snowmageddon topic, that deep freeze in the Gulf State region and beyond killed dozens of people, left millions without power, and jeopardized drinking water systems, also forced as many as 11 refineries offline, according to travel app Gas Buddy. The resulting capacity cuts could drive gas prices up by about 10 to 20 cents per gallon, said Patrick DeHaan, the head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy.
You know, it's never a good thing when gas prices rise, but now that we're kind of thawing out a little bit, hopefully things get back in order and we see those gas prices drop at least a little bit more.
I hope so, because 10 to 20 cents is a lot.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wish for those electric vehicles a little bit sooner. But
yes.
Hey. All right, well, when massive demonstrations against racial injustice erupted across the nation last summer, protesters would swarm onto major roadways to temporarily paralyze traffic to draw attention to their cause. This method sometimes led to drivers plowing through crowds, causing serious injuries and in some cases deaths. Now Republican politicians across the country are moving to stop the road-blocking protests, proposing increased penalties for demonstrators who run onto highways and legal immunity for drivers who hit them. One such bill has been proposed in Oklahoma by Representative Kevin McDougal. It would give those who drive into crowds criminal and civil immunity. The bill is one among dozens introduced in legislatures across the U.S. aimed at cracking down on violent demonstrations.
As this week's storms moved east across the nation, Texas truckers reported backups stretching for miles and stranded drivers on Interstate 20 due to icy conditions. Some were lucky enough to find refuge at a truck stop for several days. Many truckers called the condition impossible to drive on. Many truck stops were full, but the biggest issue is a potential lost revenue because other loads can't be picked up until the first load is delivered. That's my money sitting there chilling, and I won't get to make anything else. It is off the truck, and you have to be prepared for that, obviously, but it still hurts because there's nothing I can do about it, said driver Jessa Armstrong. Carlin, I think that is a very tough issue, a situation to be in, I guess. No money.
No money and then trapped at a truck stop? Yeah, I don't envy them at all. And then on top of that, we all know that snow and ice ruins roads, but thankfully the U.S. Department of Transportation announced it is making $889 million available through its latest round of Infrastructure for Rebuilding America grants. The agency announced February 17th it is seeking applicants for the fiscal 2021 round of the discretionary grant program that funds transportation projects of national and regional significance.
The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has again extended its emergency declaration offering regulatory relief to truckers involved in coronavirus-related assistance efforts. The declaration, which has been extended to May 31st, applies to commercial motor vehicle drivers providing direct assistance in support of emergency efforts related to the coronavirus pandemic. This extension of the expanded modified emergency declaration addresses national emergency conditions that create a need for immediate transportation of essential supplies and provides necessary relief from the federal motor carrier safety regulations for motor carriers and drivers. FMCSA notice states.
You know, that is a mouthful of words. You know, I always love reading the FMCSA announcements because it's literally like 12 pages and it can be summed down in a 2-sentence. Hey, guess what? We extended this. So, hey, guess what? They extended that. So don't forget, if you are hauling things for the COVID relief effort, you do have an extension, and I'm sure they will extend it again. So be sure to keep your eyes and ears open.
That's right.
And that'll do it for today's update.
Tune in tomorrow for more trucking news you need.